Welcome to Poland Daily interview. Tonight, Marek Wróbel, the CEO of Fundacja Republikańska, Republican Foundation, the conservative think tank here in Poland, concerned mostly in economics and developmental projects and stuff like that. Marek, welcome to our show.
Hello.
And first of all, there is a turmoil regarding the nuclear power plant construction, and there is mega projects, like lots of projects, at least two with full-size power plants. The one is probably additional with Koreans, and they are SMRs and stuff. And the current government, or Donald Tusk, is not clearly stating his intentions regarding will he complete these projects or not. Wednesday afternoon, we've heard from the lady who is a governmental representative, that's called vojevoda, in Pomorskie Voivodeship. That's where Gdańsk, Gdynia, and Baltic coast is. And there is the location of the first nuclear power plant already selected, approved, all the paperwork is done. Yet she said that, well, we might reconsider the location of this plant, which, if carried out, sets us back at least 3 years in terms of the production. What do you make out of it? Why is Donald Tusk really willing to complete this project?
Nobody knows it for sure. Of course, the careless statement or hesitation announced by Ms. Voivod, governor, provoked the wide reaction of many experts, politicians, and on public figures. And this provoked the reaction of the government, who stated through the Minister of Climate and the head of Chancellery of Prime Minister, top ministers, claimed that the nuclear project is going on and everything will be fine, and they only consider if the deadline is realistic. But two important government representatives, who are much more important than the voivod, who's not in power to choose the place of building such a investment, claimed that the project is ongoing. Of course, the decision about where to build such a big thing like nuclear plant doesn't belong to voivod or local self-government. It belongs to central government, and in addition, it's a subject of international agreement, in this case with United States. So, of course, maybe it's kind of probation of trial of public reaction.
Testing of the public relations.
According to Vladimir Lenin principle, or rather strategy, 2 steps ahead and 1 step back. Many, especially right-wing or conservative or law and justice aligned, commented it, interpreted it as as some early early sign of resignation plans.
Right, but the opposition is really in panic when anything like that appears. This concerns army and the contracts with Korean companies, United States companies regarding the rearming or up-arming the Polish military. It regards the CPK on the Central Communication Hub, the Solidarity Central Communication, Central Poland, which also this coalition is not really willing to proceed. Then atomic power, then the container hub in Świnoujście, that's northwestern Poland, that connects and the traffic of the cargo to the Odra River and then to the German system. So it's plain and simple competition with the German ports. Speaking about nuclear energy, the Poland is unique in Europe, but because all the data shows that Poles want this to be built ASAP, and the reason is simple. Next decade, we are going to turn off our coal-fired plants, and we will be with no power. And I guess everyone, especially in charge, especially those who won the election, should be aware of this, that there will be no magical wand which will deliver us electrical power from 2035.
Yeah, there's a national consensus built in last decade that Polish energy mix must consist of renewable sources stabilized by now by coal power plants, partly through gas-powered power plants, but the goal is to build a strong and stable nuclear sector consisting of large.
Marek, and there is an analogy because our time is close to be up. In 2007, the government of Law and Justice started the construction of the project of the LNG port here in Świnoujście again. And is there any analogy? Do you see the analogy between this project and the nuclear project?
Yes, and I want to say a few words about this, as you said, panic on the right side of the scene. It comes partly from lack of trust, in general lack of trust. Partly it comes from what now ruling civic platform was communicating during the opposition time and during the last election campaign. In simple words, they were announcing cancellation of all so-called peace, law and justice projects, and partly
they call it giantomania.
Yeah, grandiose, and partly this panic comes from experience, because the LNG terminal in Świnoujście started even earlier in 2006, and it was acclaimed by civic platform when they took the power in 2007. That they will continue the project, and yes, they did continue, but very slow. The project was very delayed and hardly finished. Another gas project, I mean Baltic Pipe, has been cancelled by left-wing government in 2001, was restarted by Law and Justice, was intended to restart by Law and Justice in 2005. Next government, Civic Platform, did nothing through 8 years. So when Law and Justice regained power in 2015, they started to build the Baltic Pipe very fast, and they finished it.
Right. Marek Wróbel, I think you've explained to our viewers what this pendulum is between in Polish politics, that one side starts something, another cancels, then another side starts something and does anything, speeds up to finish up the project. With the Baltic Pipe is a primary example of fantastic delivery, because it was open September 2021, and March 2022 we had no natural gas from Russia. So without this, we would be in trouble. And I've came across the guy on the internet who said that all these discussions, do we need a huge airport? Do we need nuclear power plant? Do we need roads? Do we need container hub? It's like somebody was discussed whether they need a water flush toilet in their house or not. And imagine the two families or parts of family discussing this very urgent issue. Well, but that's Polish politics. And Marek Wróbel, chairman of the Fundacja Republikańska, the Republican Foundation. Thank you very much for this very short interview.
Thank you a lot.
And that was it for now. Join us tomorrow at the same time.